No, there's enough money for everybody though. I don't understand that. I don't get that. Like, there's a way to do ethical, good business. This is why we're going to segue into the Dave Chappelle situation. Go ahead.
Dave Chappelle. So, Dave Chappelle has asked us, you, all of us, the fans, that if we truly love him, enjoy his comedy, respect what he's doing, and call ourselves real fans, then he's asking us, the people, to boycott watching the Chappelle show on Netflix.
Well, no, they took it off Netflix.
Luckily for us, Netflix answered the call and took it off out of respect for their partnership, because Dave Chappelle is now a Netflix partner. So they.
Do you want to reiterate that again? Because I don't feel like people understand the word partner in business and employee.
Dave Chappelle and Netflix work together to put out his specials and his content. So he has a direct working relationship with Netflix that when he's going to do any special or anything, they will pay him the maximum top salary to get it on their platform as an exclusive and nowhere else. And Netflix wanted to honor that deal simply from Dave Chappelle saying that by Netflix having a Chappelle show on their network, it made him not feel good. Wow. That's all he said. Wow. And that was enough for Netflix to honor their deal with him and saying in order to work with him in the future and to keep him happy, they want him to feel good. Wow. So they took off the Chappelle show. Because Comedy Central has been profiting off the Chappelle show, and again, about to put it up again on Netflix platform without paying Dave Chappelle. And their defense was he signed a deal with them when I think he was 19 or some shit.
He was 28, really.
And they said they're gonna honor that old deal when he was, he had a child on the way, he was starving, he was, a young comedian, didn't really understand the business, and they're using that contract to continue to license the Chappelle show, a show with his name on it, the Chappelle show, and not to pay him royalties.
Wow.
But Dave Chappelle has shown something very powerful that a lot of people have tried to fight for in the past, like Monique.
I was going to say her name.
Dave Chappelle has shown one thing that I think a lot of people don't know their power. Because he's gone to the one place that no one else has gone to, and that's to the people. Everyone else tried to fight the companies. Monique tried to fight Netflix. So everyone tried to fight the companies. What Dave Chappelle did that no one else has done is Dave Chappelle came out and put a video out and just came to the people, the fans. Yeah. And that was enough to change things. And I think a lot of people could have done that, but they didn't think it would work.
Did Monique do it?
Nah, she went against Netflix. She didn't come to the fans and say, you know what?
Didn't she say boycott Netflix? Didn't she say that?
No, but she didn't come to us and say, you know what?
Okay, I see what you're saying. Like, explain.
Come with me.
Right.
This is what I need you to do. Like, Dave Chappelle said, this is what I need you to do. And once you spell it out like that, you see how powerful you are. But it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing on Netflix's behalf. Obviously, realistically, it's not because Netflix are great people or anything. It's just common sense. It's smart business. You're going to make way more money working with Dave Chappelle on exclusive specials than you are going to make on an old show, no matter how much people love it. So, of course, you're going to... It makes more sense to cut Comedy Central out the thing, because they're not producing nothing new, than to piss off Dave Chappelle, who's always coming up with new stuff. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Netflix are great people. It just means that it's great business. But at the same time, they don't have to do that. Netflix can put him in a situation where, like Comedy Central, where it's like, we are going to stream this, and you've already signed a partnership with us, so you're going to honor it.
Wow.
They could have done that.
Yeah. And
that's a right. A lot of people, a lot of companies do go down, and Netflix did not do that. And that's what kind of shows a bit, in my opinion, that there possibly are some good people working on Netflix then. Because they could have definitely done that. Do you know what I mean?
So HBO Max, people need to do the right thing. Because I don't understand how the creator of the show that you're trying to profit off of,
the name of the show,
is his name, and the audacity of you people to turn around and go, oh well, you signed a contract. No, you don't understand. This is this is me. Like, that is his hard work off of improv. I don't think people understand. Dave Chappelle is great because he improvises. He can just pull something out of nothing and turn it into something amazing. I believe in business. Somebody like that, you don't annoy that person. It's exactly what you said. I'd rather work with somebody that can always come up with something than to continue draining them for what they did. So HBO Max, Amazon Prime, any of these other streaming companies, listen, this man is upset because they did not give him his due diligence. And the amount of money that he generated off of that show, the audacity for Comedy Central to do what they did, which shows you how far down they've gone ever since he left, Charlie Sheen left, and all the greats that was on that platform left, means that they are desperate. They're desperate enough to continue to use and to screw people over. Nobody talk about 2.5 Men no more.
They were like, well, we could replace you.
Nobody talks about that show.
And that didn't last.
Charlie Sheen left and the show went down the drain. Sorry, I love Ashton Kutcher, but no, that's not how you replace Charlie Sheen. You don't replace Charlie Sheen. And you are trying to, and it didn't work. Dave Chappelle, you piss him off. You don't give him his creative control the way he needed it. You try to overpay him for everything. He leaves, and guess what? Now you guys are trying to profit off of the same thing that he had a problem with you guys for in the first place. These things aren't wrong. But then they go, well, there's no right or wrong in business. Well, no. There's things called ethical business. It's possible. This is why I'm speaking to E. I'm speaking to all of these companies. Do the right thing. If the creator come up with something or he wants to change something, honor that. It's like you don't like money or something. Why would you screw over somebody?
No, it's been working.
That continues to make you...
Up until Dave, it's been working.
Yeah.
The new age, because Dave, although he's an old head, he uses Instagram and that special there.
Yeah. So
if you forget his age and how long he's been in the business, he's like a new young comic. Because all of the new young comics are doing comedy on Instagram. That's what makes Dave Chappelle so dangerous. Because the stuff they've been doing to other people, and it's been working, and they've been making money, and the people have to come crawling back or whatever. But Dave Chappelle is actually changing the game, and he's not the only one. The new generation, the new young cats are making it harder and harder for you to screw them with these old tricks. It's not working anymore. That's why companies like Netflix are wising up and saying, you know what? Let's change our model. Let's become more fairer or whatever, because otherwise you're going to be left behind.
Can't do that. It's the same with record companies. Same with the movie business. Give the people the creative control to create their art. It's very simple. It's a very simple thing. You guys don't even have to do anything. Be the producers and let the creators be the creators.
Yeah, but it's greed. The time of greed is running out. And yeah, Dave did a very powerful thing.
Amazing.
A lot of people are now going to realize, because it's a lot of people, if we're talking completely honestly, whether in comedy, whether in music, in any kind of art form, there's a lot of people that are way bigger, way more important, and way more powerful than Dave Chappelle, and they're going to see this move and realize they can do it too. Because they didn't realize they could. Do you know what I mean? And they can create way more waves than what Dave just did. Do you know what I mean? Can you imagine if Murphy came out and was like, okay, no one stream Raw Delirious.
Oh my goodness.
Do you know what I mean? No one stream this unless I get this figure.
And this is like Eddie is like, I don't even want to call him Jordan or anybody, but I just believe in terms of comedy and comedic acts and being able to transition and do as much as he did. The fact that he broke a record back then meant that if you're comparing it to the numbers now and you do the mathematics, he's still blowing people out of the water.
He did that stuff in
he's still blowing
his early 20s. He broke those records.
He's still blowing people out of the water. That's what I'm saying.
Like his first 3 years.
People are chasing his records now that he broke back then. It's mind-boggling. So, respect to Dave Chappelle. We are with you. I know I don't have HBO Max, and I know I'm not streaming that.
It made me feel good.
Yeah.
Because I've always bootlegged Chappelle show. And I always felt bad about it, like, I'm robbing Dave, like, you know what I mean? But now I was like, oh.
There's a reason.
All this time I was bootlegging it, I was helping Dave, man.
Come
See?
on. There's a reason.
I was always helping Dave.
Yeah, actually. But I say that to say, man, like, we gotta support our people. They's asking for our help, and we've gotta help him out. He's us.
And that's the reason he's never done another Chappelle show that people always ask for. And he was like, it's not because I don't want to do it, it's...
He literally could do it tomorrow.
No, it's the name.
Oh yeah, he said it as well. His likeness, isn't it?
He can't do it. It's not that he doesn't want to. It's he can't do it. He doesn't have the rights to it.
Imagine that.
Crazy.
But how can we get into that? Like, how crazy is that, right? That they made him sign off his own name and likeness.
And it said like in the universe or some shit. He can't even go do this on Mars or some shit. They like, you know, they cover all bases in his contract. Like, have you read some contracts? Like, they cover it's like, if you die, you come back tomorrow as a duppy, you still can't, like, you know what I mean? Like, they cover every base.
That is actually
Just in case.
Like, who thinks like that? This is what I mean. There's ethical business. If I'm Dave Chappelle, how do you tell me that I can't use my word in any universe?
And that's why they get you when you're up and coming. They get you when you're young, you're hungry. Do you know what I mean? When their lawyers look over it.
Yeah.
They get you when... Because that's why it's been working for years. Because they see the bigger picture. Because they have an advantage. They've got a history of writing these contracts and using it against people. For you, this is your first contract you're signing. So you're going into a room with veteran gunslingers.
Yeah.
And they're giving you a knife. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
It's a dirty game. But like I said, things are changing. I'm here for it. I love it.
Respect to
I'm going to be bootlegging some Chappelle show tonight just for the cause, you know, to promote and support Dave. You know what I mean? I want to support some other people, so I'm going to go bootleg some Jay-Z so that Universal can't touch his proceeds.
It's also the same with Boondocks as well. I can't remember the writer's name right now. So
Aaron McGruder.
There you go. See, and this is why you have a partner. It's the same with him. If y'all don't know, he didn't write season 3 of Boondocks.
That's why it's so different. That's why it's so different.
He didn't write that?
It just feels so different.
It's not the same.
It's like, it's just not edgy. It's like, it's tiptoeing a bit.
BET, huh? He would have never wrote that. He would have never wrote that. Like, which is why he's content where he's at. As a writer, you have to pay him. You gotta pay him every time you say Boondocks. Well, not us, because, yeah. But anyway, like... He was behind Boondocks because he took things that were happening at that moment in time and in general, and he made them what they were, which were funny.
Man.
He pointed things out. It's the same with Dave Chappelle in a way. Like, you take real life and you highlight it and you format it and put it right in front of people that are going through or are seeing it for what it is in real time. He got on Tyler Perry's nerves so bad that Tyler Perry tried to sue him.
No, Tyler Perry. Madea. Tyler Perry has worked and succeeded in banning that episode for the last couple of years.
Really?
So any of you try and get an episode and see how many hoops you have to go through.
Wow.
And that's why you haven't seen that episode since it dropped. You haven't seen that episode for years. He succeeded in getting that episode banned.
That's because it was the truth. Why is the good guy always alive?
He talks about a lot of people in a lot of episodes in way deeper context than that. So it kind of shows some fragility in Tyler Perry because he really goes at Busta Rhymes' intellect in one episode, like so many, do you know what I mean? And they laugh it off. And Busta Rhymes even voiced his character. Like, do you know what I mean? Where he's going at him, he actually voiced. Of course. That's right. You know what I mean? Because it's entertainment. Like, you know what I mean? You know,
he's part.
You know, you're not stupid. You know it's silly. Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? But it shows you the fragility of Tyler Perry. He's got some. What's that guy? Nasheed or whatever.
Tariq Nasheed.
He's got some of that in him, in Tyler Perry. And they like, you know, they look similar.
Oh Lord, we're not gonna get it. But the fake woke. No, actually, we are gonna get it.
What's your favorite Chappelle show skit or character?
The R. Kelly one.
He had like no remorse in that character. Like he played. Like if R. Kelly said to me, "I don't like that skit," I'll be like, I can see why. Like if R. Kelly tried to get his one banned, it would make sense. Because he played R. Kelly as just some unremorseful Peter on Little Girl, like in every scene, like he's in court and he's like, word? Like, I can't do that. Like, he played him so... He really took the piss out of R. Kelly. Because I'm watching, I'm just like, if I'm R. Kelly, this will offend me.
He went crazy.
This will offend me.
And of course it will offend him. The truth is only the thing that's really offensive for real. Or it's either a big truth or a big lie. He was so on point with R. Kelly, it was crazy. The OGs had to get involved, apparently.
Yeah?
Yeah, on both sides. Apparently they had to talk and like settle it down like it was going to be a thing.
Because no, don't get it twisted. The R. Kelly's that guy. People just think, people try and like put you in a box. Just because a guy pee on 15-year-old girls. Don't get it twisted.
Whoa. There ain't no just cause. Whoa. Whoa.
Just because a guy pee on 15-year-old girls, don't get it twisted that he won't, like he can't throw hands. Like people think, for example, people be like, oh, this guy wears skinny jeans. He can't rap or he can't fight. Like, things are not mutually exclusive. Like, Jay-Z had to get the entourage, to not whoop R. Kelly because they couldn't. He had to get the entourage to sneak and sucker and pepper spray him to blind him before they could talk shit. Just keep that in mind.
Wow.
The Rockefeller camp, whatever, had to get the entourage to pepper spray him and blind him before they could talk some shit. Remember that whole fiasco? And R. Kelly still went one night to the radio station and told them off, come see me.
Wow.
And no one came to see him.
Wow.
So don't get like Robert, like Robert is that guy. And I'm not saying this to promote him more, I'm just saying gangster is gangster. Like Robert is that guy. Like
guy.
Like that guy put on a Piper mask and walked down like Harlem and stuff before it was gentrified. Like, do you know what I mean? And no one stepped.
Well, I mean,
they only stepped in the name of love.
Hey, look, man. All I know is Robert something Kelly, because I don't even want to know what your name is.
He's dangerous. Like he can fight.
Yeah, I mean, he can fight all he like.
He's dangerous. Like listen, R. Kelly had braids in a video. I think it was feeling on your booty or something. He had braids in that. Yeah. To show how dangerous this man is. He had braids, like fresh natural braids in that. Like struggle braids, back of the neck, but I had braids in that, yeah? Then, the next video, if I don't get the timeline mixed up, I think like Thoya Thong, yeah? Shaved his head. He did a bold rebel thing, yeah? A few months apart, yeah? Then the next video, Ignition, he had full braids down like full, like natural. Within like weeks. Do you know how dangerous you gotta be to like threaten your hair to be growing in between video shoots? Do you know how gangster that is?
I don't think that's gangster.
No weave, no nothing.
I think that's weird.
So if you go watch those videos and watch when they were released in that year, whatever, when he had like crazy hits on the album, just watch the videos. Braids, then he shaves, it goes bald, then he does the next video. And this is back in the day when MTV would do behind the scenes, so you could timestamp the MTV thing when they were actually filmed behind the scenes. That's like some demonic summoning, some sensei. Hey, like Robert
is
like,
yeah.
If you feel you gangster step to him, I guarantee he'll piss on you, and you ain't gonna do that. You gonna feel like you 15.
What?
You and your whole gang.
No.
That's why Rockefeller had to pepper spray him.
No. No.
Have you ever heard of anyone putting hands on R. Kelly? With all the madness he's done, even when the family's getting, have you ever heard of anyone even getting the opportunity to put hands on R. Kelly? Look, he doesn't really walk with security. Like he's a dangerous guy. Like I believe he's the real life Shaft.
I don't know.
If Shaft was into young girls.
No, and that's what the laws are like. No, that's.
What I'm saying is R. Kelly's way more dangerous than we think.
I'll never know because I'll never meet him.
You smart.
I'll never meet him.
You smart.
I'll never meet him or anybody associated with him in terms of Andre family members. I don't want to meet R. Kelly. I'm cool with that, but you go ahead and you doing what you doing, boy. You better stay far away from me. That's what I know. You shaving your head, growing cane rows, going afros. Nah, bro. I don't want no parts.
Quick, like if you actually listen to his life story, he was like he was like a lot of things that R. Kelly will shock you. He was like projected to go to like the NBA and stuff. Because people don't really understand his stature until you meet him, and he's like known in the hood as like the guy when they like do you know what I mean? So if you watch a lot of old prospects, you see clips of like I mean like killing some of your favorite guys. Like he was at the AAU tournaments in the McDonald's. Like what? R. Kelly's like an amazing disturbing, dangerous being. Like he's good at everything, and at the same time, the real reason he didn't make it to the NBA had nothing to do with his music career taking off. It was in the streets that stopped his NBA career because he was crazy with the handles and with the hands and the like. He was gang man. When you feel these R&B guys, you forget like singing is sign the mic comes on, but their real life ain't that singing shit. Like he was like gangster in the hood, and it messed up his basketball dreams. So this guy would come on stage, sing, like when he wasn't big and famous, and then go do drive-bys and shit.
And then you want to tell me he's normal? That man is twisted, bro.
So when you give this guy money,
no, that's.
And he went after young girls and stuff.
Bro, that's
it was like
twisted,
there was no one able to like actually stop him.
That's a twisted.
He's like a 6 foot something, violent, strong gangster guy strapped.
You could be that's stay far away from me or anybody I care about, boy. No.
But I just said a little insight because a lot of people like listen to his music, but for some reason, people don't really like to delve into like the personal life of R. Kelly. So a little insight, you look into the rest of the research and you be like, raw, he's right. Like
I heard he had I don't even want to say that on camera, but the Aaliyah situation was horrible. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
My favorite Chappelle skit.
Yeah, which one is it? We went way left, man. I can't believe we spoke about Robert Kelly. Anyway, go on.
My favorite one, it's because it used to be a toss-up between Rick James and Prince, but Prince wins it, man.
Really?
Even though Rick James got a 5 big, for me, Prince wins it with this one line at the end.
What?
Where after he's whooped them and everything, and they're like, it's hard. You want to get something to drink? Like we're sweating. After he's whooped them, and he goes, "Why don't you go and purify yourselves in the rivers of Lake Minnetonka?" That line right there is like, there's trash talking, and then there's that.
Oh man, Prince was one of a kind, bro. Like Dave hit the nail on the head.
Like
he probably would say something.
And I heard Prince liked the skit. Like Prince eventually came up to Eddie, was like,
"Is it?
Yeah, that's me. That's me, motherfucker." Like there's so many Prince stories, but Dave really captures his because he does the acting as well. Because a lot of Prince stories, like everyone can vouch for Prince's basketball ability. Like everyone, like whenever you hear a Prince story, it's like he's the craziest baller that you wouldn't expect, and he's always challenging people, and people want to laugh, and it doesn't go well.
Hey, never judge a book by its cover, boy.
But my God,
that's wild. But yeah, shout out to Dave. We rocking with you. Support black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like our dreams and our aspirations and our ideas should be taken for granted or overused or abused in any sense. My name is Dave Chappelle, and I have a show, and some company somewhere want to tell me that my show is being streamed without me, the creator of it, being paid. That's a problem.
You know how crazy it is? It's a bit. I think they tried to like humiliate him as well, because they went to the company he just signed a partnership deal with, where he's getting all that big money. Because remember, he's like, "I'm not getting money with you guys, forget you, I'm going to Netflix." And they were like, "Oh really? We're gonna stream Chappelle show on Netflix." Well, I think it was like some kind of humiliation ritual when they tried with him, and Dave wasn't here for it.
Yeah, man.
It's very important to be comfortable. Dave Chappelle makes a lot of money, but he lives in a small town around people he knows by name, who love him, who are genuinely not fans.
Yeah.
And he smokes and does the things he enjoys all day, and hangs around with famous people that he knows personally only, and he's not trying to sign any crazy big contract. He just does. Dave Chappelle just does what he wants when he wants, and if it works, he'll sign it. And that's the reason he's winning in this legal debate.
Not only that, but they also tried to make him look crazy. Not to cut you off, bro, but they tried to make him look crazy by saying he did all of the things that he didn't do. And he admits, he was just like, yo, I was a devout Muslim. I couldn't do all of that stuff. But I do now, because you ruined my life. Now that line there spoke to me. And what I mean by that is, like, imagine him coming out to the people. So that means he's expressed himself and exposed himself openly. And said, this is what they've done to me and this is what's caused it. So if they've caused him to live on the edge like that, when he weren't even bothering anybody or doing anything to anybody, he left. He gave up. He said, I'm not doing this no more. And somehow they come back. He comes back, doesn't get paid for his verse, big special by the way, then does one and gets paid. And then these conniving people see that he's hot again and they try and bring up the same thing that he left for. Horrible. So if any company that pushes one of our icons to that extent, I'm not messing with them no more.
That takes us to the BunDat section.
Let's do it.
So Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Trying to stream Chappelle's show.
Yeah.
On his partnership streaming platform without paying him. Yeah?
BunDat. We're not with that. We're not with that at all. We ain't for that. That's not right. That's not okay.
R. Kelly.
Yes.
Although he's the baddest mother, shut your mouth, in these streets, still peeing on little girls, man. BunDat.
We're not with that. We're not. Violating little girls in general. We're not with that.
I got a personal one, yeah? Sony releasing a PS5 and not dropping the price of the PS4, so that us cheap motherfuckers, yeah, can try and get a PS4. I don't even want a PS5.
You gotta believe that.
No, I don't even want a PS5. I want a PS4. Drop the price. You got a PS5, you get all the money. Drop the price. Sony, yeah? Ban you, Sony, yeah? Ban you.
Oh.
Drop the PS4 price, yeah? Drop it. Anyway, just...
I can't say anything after that. I've been AJ for
You got a PS4, bruv.
I know. I'm getting banned now. Yo, everyone catching bullets. Everyone catching strays now for some reason. Hey, we ended. I've been AJ from
King Aries.
And you just finished listening to BunDat podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and somebody get King Aries that PS4 before you catch a stray.
I don't want much. I'm not asking for PS5. I want a PS4.
We out of here.